The project Village Ascent was a piece that I've just finished for Whistler, and it was a great idea to come up here and get familiar with the town and the culture here. So there's a real outdoor spirit here, and I wanted to find a way to capture that in a sculpture. So after hiking in the woods, I came across these great mountain bike trails that people have built in wild shapes and forms. And then it evolved into the idea of the roof lines of Whistler, incorporating that element that suggests village into the center of this piece with the mountain bike trails going around it. I really feel that the first people coming here were people that loved the outdoors. And it started by people building pathways and building trails and, even in some sense, the roads that came up through here. And for me, the trails are in a way like a network. So people can move through these trails, they can connect with each other. It's a means of getting to the mountains and going through the village. And so it's a powerful symbol that I think Whistler has been built on. And from that has evolved this beautiful resort town. So first I start with a concept, and then once the concept's approved for the public art, then I go back to the drawing board and I do research on materials, how materials function together, how they function in the outdoors. And then I start collecting these materials. So I get the stainless steel into my studio, I get the cedar, the rock, and at that point, when I have the materials there, I start fashioning them, I start seeing how they fit together, I start fabricating the different elements. And that's the fun part, because at that part, I can adjust things as I need to adjust them and make sure that it all fits together and it all works. I think the biggest surprise for me was when I wanted to work with the steel. I wanted to do stainless steel, which is fairly expensive material to work with, just because it's corrosion resistant. And I also wanted to work with a fairly heavy gauge. And so for me, the surprise was when I went to try to find fabricators that could help me make the steel bend, and that they couldn't do it. And so I had to come up and invent a process to bend the steel the way I wanted to. Normally, as working in your studio, you're not really under timelines or budget constraints. So you are accountable to a lot more people when you're working on a public art piece. The biggest challenge is that you're working large scale. It has to really be durable. It has to be rugged to be on the outdoors, to take all kinds of forces. And so there are more challenges working in public art, but it's a great reward to have a piece of yours scaled up and in the community. I definitely think people should get involved in public art, and it's not as scary as it might seem at first. You have to be patient, you have to take a long-term approach. It's not something you can jump in overnight and be successful overnight. But if you work at it, you can be successful and you can have a good time doing it.